What's up, YouTube? So, I'm going to make this video because some of you guys only listen half of the way. The other half might just be paying attention, so I'm going to clear things up for you. Instead of bringing up some of the comments and showing them, well, you're watching. Someone said I've been bearish for weeks. Don's getting smoked. Now, I was bearish right here. Made a lot of money. I was in puts. Yeah, it was great, especially when the market gapped down. And then we bounced. Went short again. Made another video talking about if we're going to put in a higher low, it's going to be right here. So, right, when I say things like that, guys, that doesn't mean I'm going short. If I'm talking about a higher low, watching for that, okay? Anyway, we're testing this, and I talked about how I wanted to get it above. It did just that. And then we talked about turnaround Tuesday, just yesterday. And anyway, I bought the dip right here, the type 1. Now, the reason for my bearish talk is not on the daily or the 4 hour right now. We're going to take that day by day. So this is the real part where I'm clearing things up for you guys. So focus up, take notes, hit rewind if I'm speaking too fast, and you need to, watch it again to retain it. Because right now, day by day. Looks good, right? The weekly trend. Okay? More green candles than red, which means it's trending up. It's going up. Buy it. Now, the reason I say we might be in trouble, what we're watching out for, if you've clicked join next to subscribe, you have my charts. There is a chart link in there. You can save it as a playlist, type in whatever ticker you want. If I have a drawing on a magic yellow box, even a trend line, you'll have it too. Right click on it, click add an alert, and I would do it on this trend line right here because this is the trouble line. I've made fun of this a lot when people say the market's just too high. Like, whatever, shut up. Like, they've been saying that for years and years. I've heard the market is too high my entire career of trading, which isn't a decade just yet, but we're almost there. Now, this is normal market movement right here. Okay, a little bit up, mostly up, some downs right here. Okay? And then we go out of whack and we get crazy. Now, there's a lot of new money pumping in. There's statements. There's a million reasons as to why this is the way it is. And partly a lot is because technology. We have just the ability to do this. But I do think this is just not a rate we can sustain. We can't stay at this rate. We can't go up. Or we're talking SPY itself, the index, right? Or the ETF. Take a number off of here, and that's where it's at. Divide it by 10. We're talking SPY would be at 1,000 by the end of next year. Okay, if we stayed on this path, okay, we're in trouble. I don't think the companies have enough to hang for that. So, now, some of you, there's the half of you guys that aren't paying attention, you forgot that I said weekly. Now, how many candles are in a week? Okay, one. There's one candle in that weekly. From pre-market Monday to after hours on Friday, one candle. Now, if you break that down to the daily, there's 5 candles. And if you were to go to the 4 hour, that's 10 candles. That's a lot up and down that could be inside there. A lot of trades to be made. I don't sit on the sidelines. I'm also a trader. So, how I'm using this now, what we're going to actually start doing on Sundays is we're going to look at the weekly. Because we could just be choppy for the next month, and that puts us dead sideways on pace to either break this or break up. And that's what I'm on the lookout for, because I think when this breaks, we're going to make this red, just so you guys understand. When I think we break that, I think that's where the trouble starts. We'll see plenty of signs probably during that week before it actually does break down. But in the meantime, I'm treading lightly. I'm going to be bullish because I can count, and I know there's more green candles than red. But at the same time, I am taking more put positions. I'm not afraid. Like, typically, I'm just buying the dip, and I just wait for it to go up. I'm not a perma bull, but I just buy the dip a lot because, well, it's not hard to do. The public has been trained to it. I think that's why these wicks are here. But now, when I see we're up here, I am going to grab those short positions. I am going to grab puts. I'm going to start playing both sides. Not something I typically do because, like I said, there's always been the dip to buy, and it's just been easy. But the one time we do break, I hope to already be in those puts because that'll be where the easy money's made, right? When it first breaks out and comes down, because then the question becomes, should you buy the dip or are you chasing it to the downside? It gets a little bit trickier. So That's why I'm taking more put positions. When I do think we're up there, I am grabbing some puts. You know, I bought puts yesterday. I talked to turn around Tuesday. The market sold off today. Right, out of 10 puts, I sold 8 of those. You guys just watched that on an update video I did. But I kept 2 just for the just in case. Now, I don't care if those go to 0. Hopefully, we get bought up and it pushes up. I think we do in the week green. But long and short, I want to clear that up for you guys. The weekly, I think, is just a bit up there. And that's where I think we could get trouble because, first of all, people are emotional, right? You ever talk to someone for longer than 5 minutes? Right? Those are the people trading the stock market. That's retail right there. There's a reason they lose, and a lot of them panic and just trade off of emotion, which does stack up, turn into a snowball, a self-fulfilling prophecy just because everybody starts selling. Just like Dogecoin, all right? There's no institutions in there, right? That is just retail thinking they're playing market sniper trying to get in and out. So, again, hopefully, and I've said things before a lot, and sometimes people still don't get it, so one last time. On the smaller time frames, I'm going to trade those. We're going to take it day by day. With my group, I am talking day by day, because we could be up one day, we could be down the next day. Overall, we're trending up, but we're getting up there, so I'm watching this for, a correction. I don't mean correction as in price, right? I don't mean a 10% drop. We could crash. It could be 20 to 30%. But what I'm saying is we correct back down to where we should be. It would probably need a black swan event to bring us all the way back down here to pretend nothing ever happened. So we might just pull back awkwardly somewhere right here and then continue that trend up. I'm talking about this trend right here. Let's just grab the candles. Let's just grab that, okay? So when I say I'm looking for us to get back to normal, we take that pullback, we break. We might just go sideways. We don't have to go down. But see the difference in how much we're taking off versus how much we normally do? SPY used to move up 20 cents, and that was a good day. Now we're moving dollars like it's a Forex pair. So whether we pull back and we awkwardly go somewhere right there and then kind of pick up, I doubt we go all the way down to here. But that's kind of what I'm looking for. When I talk about this trend line right here, when that breaks, I'm looking for the correction, the get back down, and we get back to a normal moving market right now. So I'll end it here. Yes, I did buy the dip today, well, because zones. It hit the type 1 for me, so I did buy that. Other than that, I will see you guys live tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I do go live Sundays and Wednesdays at 7 o'clock Central Time. And I'll see you guys there.